Good morning, everyone. Dear student, in last day we start a new concept, outcome of democracy. In last day we also discuss about how do we assess democratic outcome. Last day we also discussed different common feature of democracy, promote equality among citizens, improve the quality of decision making. So many points we already discussed in last day. And today we also continue our chapter with a new concept. How does democracy can produce an accountable, responsive, and legitimate government? Dear student, this is important part of democratic government. Democratic government is a accountable government. This is responsibility of government give to every information to their citizen. And democratic government is the responsive government take decision in the favor of citizens, in the favor of communities. And democratic government is the legal government do work according to constitutions. So first we start our part. The most outcome of democracy should be that it produces a government that is accountable to the citizen and responsible to their need and expectation of the citizen. So, dear student, we also aware about in a democracy, we are most concerned with the ensuring that people will have to right to choose their ruler and people we have control over the rulers. We also aware about in democracy peoples elect their representative. And we also aware about who would form the government. Elected representative also form government. And this is the responsibility of government. Government also make rule and regulation in favor of peoples. ये डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि वो पीपल्स वेलफेयर के काम करे बिकॉज पीपल्स also elect their representative. And in present time, in present scenario, in our country is a representative form of democracy, indirect form of democracy. People's not able to sit together and take any collective decision. So in our country, adopt a method of representative form of democracy. So this representative form is be accountable to peoples. क्योंकि वो peoples ने elect की है तो वो accountable है peoples को answer देने के लिए because they are elected by peoples. People also have to control over the representative as they are answerable to the citizen for the policy implemented. Peoples also control their representative according to election procedure. And we also aware about this is government responsibility. Government also give to answer to citizen when government make any policies, when government make any new law, when government also amendment any old law. So this is government responsibility. ये गवर्नमेंट का एक उत्तरदायित्व है कि वो हर जो लॉ बनाया है उसके बारे में पीपल्स को अवेयर करवाएं और जो भी लॉ बनता है फॉर द बेटरमेंट ऑफ पीपल्स. सो दिस इज गवर्नमेंट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड दिस इज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ गवर्नमेंट आल्सो गिव टू प्रॉपर आंसर टू पीपल्स बिकॉज दे आल्सो इलेक्टेड बाय पीपल्स. वो इलेक्टेड हैं, इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैं. They participated in decision making process either directly or indirectly through their elected representative. In democracy, we also aware about many times we also face different kind of problems. Some people think that democracy produce less effective government. कई बार peoples बोलते हैं कि democratic government less effective है, proper work नहीं करती. It is of course true that the non-democratic ruler do not have to be bothered about the deliberations in assembly or worry about to the majority and public opinion. In non-democratic government, non-democratic rulers, representative also take decision very quickly and effective also. But this is not possible in democratic form of government. And democracy is based on the idea of deliberations and to the negotiation. So some delay it bound to take place. So in democracy, decision also delay because in democracy, people also participate in decision making directly or indirectly form according to representative method. So decision also delay in democracy. And one of another problems also democracy term of cost. एक जो टाइम पीरियड ज्यादा लगता है डेमोक्रेसी में. इमेजिन ए गवर्नमेंट दैट मे बी take decision very fast, but is made to take the decisions that are not accepted by the people and may therefore face problems. In non-democracy, of course, government also take quick decision, but people not accepted these kind of decisions also because their decision not in favor of public welfare. वो पब्लिक के वेलफेयर में डिसीजन नहीं होते जो एक सिंगल पर्सन लेता है. In contrast, the democratic government will take more time to follow the procedure before arriving at a decision. But because it has to follow procedure, its decision may be both more acceptable to the peoples and more effective. We are also aware about कि democracy में जो decision है, of course, is be time taking process. Is be in democracy, representative also take more time when they take any decision. We also aware about in decision making process, many peoples also involved directly and indirectly. But when government take this decision, this is very effective. Democracy में टाइम जरूर लगेगा बट वो इफेक्टिव रहेंगे, एक्सेप्टेबल रहेंगे टू एवरी पीपल्स. हर आदमी उसको एक्सेप्ट करता है. द सिटीजन दे हैव टू राइट टू नो देम before they followed because people's also aware about if this decision not in favor of public, not in favor of citizen, so citizen also start to protest against this kind of decision those are taken by government. So this is the reason in democracy, democratic government also take more time when government also take any new decision. Of course, delay in decision making, but this kind of decision is be more effective. तो ये effective होते हैं ज्यादा इसमें आपकी in favor of public. This ensure that the working of the government is transparent. We also aware about in democracy, government also do work in a transparent manner because nothing hidden in democracy. Of course, we also aware about in democracy, many media, we also aware about media also play important role. Opposition party can also questioning the criticizing the government policies. If government also take any negative policies, negative rule and regulation, opposition political parties also start questioning, criticize government policies in Lok Sabha, in Rajya Sabha, in state assembly, outside assemblies also, in front of public also, in front of media also. So in democracy is a transparent government. कि यहाँ पे सभी कुछ पब्लिक के सामने होता है, nothing hidden. They keep a check onto the ruling party and make sure that is does not to be misuse power because we are also aware about many institutions also controlled government. Government also controlled by opposition political party according to the media and public also pressurized to government in different manners. When government take any negative decision, public start to be protest. We also aware about present time one no bill against is be farmer bill at present we also aware about कि हरियाणा पंजाब में किस तरीके से फार्मर ने एजुटेशन किया हुआ है and opposition political parties also play important role. So this is responsibility of government give to answer to every citizen. हर आदमी को उसको आंसर देना पड़ेगा. So nothing hidden and government not misuse his power. These measures ensure that the government formed accountable and responsive to need of the people. So these are the reason in India is Indian government is the accountable government. This is government responsibility give to answer to everyone. And government also take decision in favor of public. So this is government responsibility. A democratic government is a legitimate government. Student, we also aware about democratic government is the legal government. Democratic government also do work according to Constitution of India. This is not in hand of government. Government take any decision according his will. Of course, government also amendment in many law. Government also make many new rule and regulation. But this rule and regulation, this amendment according to will of people. Nothing in hand of government. Government अपनी इच्छा से कुछ नहीं कर सकती. Government change करेगी according to will of people. So democratic government is a legal government, do work according to constitution. It is a government of people because peoples also elect their representative and representative also do work according to will of peoples. And we also aware about Democracy on the basis of their expected outcome, you would be look for the following practices and institution. Democratic government also do work according to institution also, according to be regular, free and fair election. We also aware about in democracy. Regular election also conducted in free and fair manners also, open public debates also, major policies and many another legislations also make according to the will of citizen, and people have also right to information about the government and its functioning also. So this is government, and this it is a government of the people, क्योंकि जनता की गवर्नमेंट है, जनता के लिए है, लीगल वर्क काम करेगी, लीगल तरीके से काम करेगी, इलेक्शन कंडक्टेड होंगे, फ्री एंड फेयर मैनर्स में होंगे, पीपल हैव आल्सो राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन एक्ट, वो गवर्नमेंट की कोई भी जो इंफॉर्मेशन है वो ले सकते हैं. सो दिस इज हैपन ओनली इन डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. All the voters can to be choose their representative. The winning political party form the government, but in the non-democratic country, the people they have no choice in the political party. They need to accept the rule of the person or a party. Again, we also aware about in democracy, people's voter also choose their representative. Winning parties also form government and also make different kind of decisions. And this decision also taken by according to will of peoples, and many institutions also take part in decision making process. But in non-democratic country, peoples they have no choice in the political party. We also hear about in non-democratic country, people not elect their representative. In non-democratic country, most of decision taken by only single person, and peoples also accepted this kind of rule and regulation. Non-democracy में जो एक single person ने वहां पे रूल्स बनाया है, दिस इज मैंडेटरी टू एवरी पर्सन आल्सो एक्सेप्टेड. बट इन डेमोक्रेसी rules also making according to will of peoples. This make the democracy better as it give the people the opinion to be choose their representative. So this is the better form of government. What is the meaning of transparency of a political party? Dear student, we also aware about in democracy ensure that the decision making will be based on the norms and procedure. In democracy, decision also taken according to legal procedure, according to norm. So a citizen who want to know in the decision was taken through the correct procedure can be find this out. वो जान सकता है कि कैसे वो decision लिया गया. She has the right to the mean of the exam to the process of decision making, and this person also have to right to uh, about the decision making process. This is known a transparency system. And in this system, we also aware about government not misuse its power because everything in front of public, nothing hidden. And in graph 92 also given this kind of information in your chapter. Next, economic growth and development in the democratic form of government. We also aware about economic growth is be very less in democratic form of government. The people they were accepted from democracy to produce good government, but in practical level, many democratic did not fulfill this expression. We also aware about in democracy, democratic government also produce a good government, but we also noticed many times many peoples also start allegation on democratic form of government. वो उनको criticize भी करते हैं on different fields because we are also aware about in democratic government did not fulfill this expression because we are also aware about in democratic every peoples also want to is expression also fulfilled by government, but in democracy democratic government just a form of government. Democratic government also create opportunity. This is depend on citizen to achieve their goal. वो सिटीजन के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि वो अपने गोल को अचीव करे. But when any peoples not get his goal, so they start to criticizing on government. तो गवर्नमेंट को क्रिटिसाइज करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं बिकॉज उसका जो एक्सप्रेशंस हैं नॉट फुलफिल इन डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट. In the last 50 years, 1950 to 2000, to compare with democracy, dictatorship has slightly higher rates of the economic growth. When we compare to democratic government and dictatorship government, according to the economic growth, 1950 to 2000 जब हम इसका कंपैरिजन करेंगे, but because of this reason we can to be just democracy, because we also want to just democratic economic growth of democratic, because the economic development depend on the several factors like population, global situation, cooperation from other countries, economic prosperities, and adopted by the countries also, because economic growth also depend on different factors. Population, we also aware about, we also know about. Population also play important role for the development of any country. In our country, maximum near about 26% peoples also below poverty line. So this is another factor also of poverty in our country. So according to this factor, not economic growth, global situation also, cooperation from other country, government also cooperate to भी another country also वो relation भी बनाती है दूसरी country के साथ, trade भी start करती है, economic prosperity is also, government also make different kind of economic views also, start different kind of development system, industry के development के लिए है, adopted by the countries, जो ये measures हैं ये country adopt करती है, so these are factor also responsible for economic development. However, we can to be say the democracy guarantee of economic development, but we can accept democracy not be league behind dictatorship in this respect. हम मान सकते हैं कि डेमोक्रेसी एक गारंटी नहीं है इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट की, बट हम ये कह सकते हैं कि डेमोक्रेसी में जो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट है वो कोई ज्यादा पीछे नहीं रहेगी व्हेन वी स्टार्ट टू कंपैरिजन विद डिक्टेटरशिप कंट्री, तो लगभग उसके इक्वल रहेगी. टू कंपेयर विद द बोथ डिक्टेटर एंड democratic development, it is better to prefer democracy as the several other positive reason. And we also aware about many people also prefer democratic form of government. Different kind of factors also responsible. Different kind of positivity also available in democratic form of government also. And statistical comparison between the democratic and dictatorship between 1950 to 2000. Types of regimes and countries, growth rate, all the democratic regimes, democratic country growth rate is be 3.95. All the dictatorship regimes is be 4.42. Of course, difference between, but this difference not be very high. Only some points. Poor country under the dictatorship 4.34% in the poor country. Those countries controlled by dictator, single person. Poor countries under the democracy 4.28. So not a big difference between dictator and democratic form of government. And inequality of the selected countries. That's we you also compare is the different part of world according to the development in their own countries. So when you compare name of the countries also and percentage share of the national income in the top 20% and the bottom 20%. In South Africa, 64.8% जो टोटल मनी है ओनली इन द हैंड ऑफ 20% पीपल, कि आपका 64.8% जो टोटल ग्रोथ है कंट्री का वो जस्ट 20% पीपल्स के पास है, और बॉटम में इस भी 2.9%, ब्राजील 63%, 2.6% इस भी बॉटम, रसिया 53.7%, बॉटम इस भी 4.4%, एंड फाइनली Denmark 34.5%. So in Denmark is the condition very good according to the inequality. There are no inequality according to the societies. So maximum wealth not in hand of only rich people. ज्यादा अमीरों के हाथ में नहीं है, वहां पे थोड़ा सा इक्वल किया गया. And Hungary also same kind of example. But in South Africa, Brazil, Russia, USA, UK, in this country, near about 50% money in the hand of only just 20% people. So this is the inequality according to the wealth in different part of world. So remaining part we continue in next lecture.